Okay, hi everyone. My name's MacKeely. I'm my third year on the women's basketball team. On the screen here, you're actually looking at a picture of my dog. Her name is Angel, and Angel is going to help me out tonight with my presentation as the primary example of a characteristic that I think everyone needs in order to be successful. And that characteristic is what I'm calling passionate persistence. Now, passionate Sorry, can you guys hear me again, hopefully? So I'm using this example tonight, hopefully you guys can relate to from experience with your own dog or maybe a friend's dog, but Angel's primary goal in life is attention, and her ideal scenario would be to have one, if not two hands on her at all times. And she's just about willing to do anything and everything in order to achieve this goal, which includes, sitting on your feet, putting her paws up in your lap, or just the constant nudging of a person's arm or hand until it falls perfectly on top of her head, as you can see there in the photo. And so this is an example of passionate persistence. Hopefully at this point I've grabbed your attention. You're starting to think, cute dog, but how exactly does this apply to my life and to me as a student, as an athlete? So the hope of this presentation is to show that.
And then your comfort level. It could just be like, these were all really easy. Or
is unmuted. There we go. Thank you. Okay, so pretty much the idea is that you have a goal or a passion, just something that you love to do or you want to get better at. And that can be anything. It can be within your sport or maybe a future career path. But the idea is that you're just going to keep pushing yourself and asking more from those around you in order to achieve this goal. And so the first step in that is recognizing what it is that you are passionate about. Because in all honesty, if you don't love what you're doing, it's going to be really hard to push yourself to get better at it and to achieve that goal. So I'm not telling you to go drop Chem 1040 right now or macroeconomics because you hate it and you're not doing well and you're not passionate about it. Because sometimes in order to get the things that we want, we have to do the little things that we don't always want to do. That's why there's an element of persistence involved. So maybe the goal is to become a physiotherapist or own your own business or work as an accountant. And so those courses now that you don't necessarily enjoy become a part of the grind to reach the goal that you are passionate about. That being said, one thing that we can get caught up on or it can deter us from this goal is when we don't do well. So maybe you recently got a midterm mark back that you're not too happy with, or you just lost a big game, or maybe you didn't perform well. I know for some of you, your seasons have now actually come to a close, and so you may be starting to feel not necessarily like you want to give up, but kind of like, what's the point? Why should I continue to push myself? And so one of the keys to passionate persistence is to not attach your happiness to the outcome of achieving that goal. And I know as an athlete how ridiculous that can sound, but if you let one setback affect your happiness, it's going to narrow your vision and actually push you farther away from achieving that goal. So Angel is a good example of what to do, because if she doesn't get attention from you, that's fine. She's just going to go find somebody else to harass, or she's going to take a break and come back and try again later, but it's not going to change that attention as being her primary focus, and it's not going to affect her overall happiness. So not attaching your happiness to the outcome is tricky, and it definitely requires some practice. You're not going to get it right the first time, and you're going to go through highs and lows in your academic and athletic career. Passionate persistence is just like a muscle, and as you guys know, a muscle is not going to get stronger unless you work it out, so you have to practice. One tip I'll say before I close on passionate persistence is to keep perspective. I'm sure, or at least hope, most of you guys are familiar with the guy there on the screen. That's Michael Jordan, arguably the best basketball player to ever play the game. He failed. He didn't make his high school basketball team. And he talks about how sad he was the day that he got cut, how he went home and he cried to his dad. But Michael didn't just give up there. He had a dream of becoming a basketball player, and he knew that if he persisted, he could achieve this goal. And so he talks about how the next day after he got cut, he started an intense training regimen, and he would eventually go on to become a 5-time MVP in the NBA, and win 6 championships. So I hope you guys have learned something today and will apply a level of passionate persistence to everything that you do going forward. I have a little quote here to finish us off. Dreams become reality when passion and persistence meet. So thanks for listening.